Jagannath Pandit and Cintamani, I'd like to get both of your perspectives, a male, female perspective, on this next question that came in. In a successful marriage, if one of the partners develops feelings for someone else, that is that due to compassion and kindness, or is that illicit? Even if there is no physical proximity and it's just an emotional connection, does this still not go well with our four regulative principles? I often get this question, this writer says, when I explain our regulative principles to my non-devotee friends.
Well, I'll start off briefly and then I'll pass the baton. But if we think about it, the fact that we are spirit soul and that we are naturally blissful, it's our nature to actually enjoy and to be attracted to whatever is attractive. It's a very natural thing. It's natural in the spiritual world, and the material world is a reflection of the spiritual world, although perverted reflection. And because we're conditioned, we see through our conditioned eyes, and we are still pleasure-seeking beings, but we're looking for love in all the wrong places often. So it's very natural to be attracted to others other than our spouses, our partners. And attracted doesn't necessarily mean there has to be a physical relationship or an intimate social relationship. There can be healthy boundaries in those connections. Because in healthy community, you will have interactions. You know, you know each other, you know, and you'll be attracted to different qualities in different people. But ultimately, those intimate physical connections are reserved only for your own personal spouse. And that's something to be monitoring within ourselves. Because there should be a bell that goes off in our head. You know, if I'm crossing that boundary, oh, I feel an attraction, you know, let me not go past this boundary, you know, and kind of self monitor ourselves in those relationships. So in one sense, it's natural to be attracted to other people. Baton is passed.
Yeah, nice. I really was thinking that same point that Jagannatha Pandit was saying, that, you know, Krishna is all attractive. Have the same qualities as Krishna in quality, but not in quantity. So we will be attracted to many things and many people. And I think the point that Jagannatha Pandit was saying was very important in terms of self-monitoring and self-regulation. I like the aspect that the questioner said about emotional attachment, because there's many different levels of relationships with others outside of your marriage that can be seen as violating your marital vows. And often some of those more subtle attachments can seem non-problematic, and often, or almost always, relationships that advance that are outside of marriage, you know, relationships with someone other than your spouse start with that emotional connection. And it can start from, you know, friendly conversations or sharing personal things with that person, those things which might be best shared with your spouse or with a close friend of the same sex. And, it kind of, and even if you have a relationship with someone outside your marriage that doesn't have a physical component, emotional relationships with others who aren't your spouses can also be dangerous and also can be harming. So it's really beautiful how Srila Prabhupada has put protections in place, and in terms of, for example, like relating to women and seeing them as mothers, or trying to see everyone as master, or when I was growing up being trained in my Krishna consciousness, we were trained in things like, if you want to give a message to someone's husband, it's nice etiquette to mention it to the wife and have the wife tell the husband, or talk to the husband when the wife is there. And even though these things may seem formal, and I'm not advocating being rigid, having certain protections in place to protect the small creeper of your marriage is really, really important. And we don't want to practice these in a way such that we're formal and we're rigid and we're fearful of being personal, but just being very careful to protect yourself and protect your spouse and protect others. And Mother Krishnandini really emphasized community. So one misstep on our part has an expanding effect in the whole spiritual community. So it's something that we might want to keep an eye on very carefully.
Great, wonderful. Thank you.